Viewer discretion is advised. Welcome to Rewrite with Rich. I'm your host, Rich. It's about that time for the 5 random film posts, where I pick 5 random films started with the 1980s and do a quick review on them. However, as you just saw, I picked 5 films that are considered raunchy, racy, controversial, or even inappropriate. If you're easily offended by certain words, topics, or subject matter, please do not watch. Thank you for understanding. That being said, let's get started. The first film I picked is not a horror film in any means, but a family drama, or a family psychological drama, starring Faye Dunaway portraying Joan Crawford in 1981, Mommy Dearest. It's not scary, but this 81 biographical psychological tongue twister drama follows Christine Crawford and her upbringing by her adopted mother, Joan Crawford, and her controlling and manipulation and constantly prioritizing her Hollywood career over her family. This is based on Christine Crawford's autobiography. Now, Joan Crawford was before my time, and I'm not familiar with her work, but I know of her. As I went to film school, I studied her a little bit. However, I know she was extremely difficult to work with. This is older filmmaking over 40 years old, and I haven't seen it in a while, but I'm sure, like most biopics, there's a few things left out. However, the portrayal of Joan Crawford and her daughter was highly praised. And we all know that one scene with the metal hangers and the wire hangers. Go check it out, it's fun.
No wire hangers ever!
With that, the next film is another film about teens, made with teens, but not for teens. The 1995 film Kids. Now this film absolutely needs its own review, especially for a time, a highly controversial film about teenagers in New York City who engage in coitus, recreational substance abuse, party, and steal over the course of one day in the summertime. Now this film is controversial as it was being made. Photographer Larry Clark, a middle-aged man at the time, was scouting kids in New York City, skateboarding, smoking, and just being dumb kids, and hired a 17-year-old teenager, Harmony Korine, to write a screenplay. He wanted a kid's perspective and though it was written, wanted to have improvised documentary style to it. He found Rosario Dawson sitting on a stoop in Spanish Harlem and asked her to audition, and the rest is history. We all know who she is. However, 95% of the kids in the movie are not actors, but regular kids from the East Village. Other than the kids drinking and smoking marijuana, the big controversial part of the movie was the explicit simulated coitus scenes, especially the non-consensual scenes and the contracting of AIDS. Many viewers believe and still believe that this movie was exposing young children at the time. However, it's become a cult classic and widely considered an art film, and there's a very good documentary that came out last year called We Were Just Kids. Check it out. Speaking of disturbing films, the next one really got me thinking, why didn't I think of this genius idea? 2009, Dutch film, The Human Centipede, a horror film about a retired surgeon who specializes in separating twins and dreams of making a 3-man centipede, connected them from anus to mouth via the digestive system. I know, far-fetched, right? Or is it? The tagline for the film is 100% medically accurate, but who knows? This film is sick, psychotic, vile, and once again, not for everyone. When he was trying to find a studio to produce the film, he didn't tell the studio what the film was about in fear they wouldn't want to make the film. The film spawned 2 sequels, but this is the better one, the one that people remember, I would say. Director Tom Six didn't show a lot of the gross things we were expecting to see, which makes the movie good, at least to our imagination. He left all those disgusting scenes for the sequel. Moving on. Now this one, I just rewatched, like today. In 2018, Ari Aster gave us a supernatural horror film, Hereditary. It stars Gabriel Byrne, Toni Collette, as grieving parents who are tormented by sinister paranormal occurrences. Now that's the tagline, but this film is much deeper and I gotta say darker. Many viewers and critics put this film very high on the horror list. Yes, it has some creepy scenes. The decapitation scene and the relationship between the family becomes intense, and has been a staple in elevated horror alongside Get Out, It Follows, things like that. However, it didn't make me feel a certain way when I first saw the film. Only a handful of films have made me feel uneasy after I watched them, and one of them I just mentioned. Though I recently rewatched, like I said, I watched it today, and I appreciate it a little bit more now. I understand it. It's good. It's not great, but I like the movie, and I'm sure horror fans will like it. It's well written, well acted, and I think Aster is a great filmmaker. And if you have the stomach to check out his short film called The Strange Thing About the Johnsons, check it out. if you dare. This last one is interesting. I'm not going to spend too much time on it. Back in 2022, still in the midst of COVID-19, I was recommended a Netflix film, but I was told to go in blind. I didn't want the trailer. I didn't Google the plot. Called psychological horror film Soft and Quiet. Now, this is not a horror film in the traditional sense, but is indeed horrific in that it's happening right now. Shot in what's almost real time and one continuous take, tells a story of an elementary school teacher who organizes a mixture of like-minded women when she encounters a woman from her past, leading to a volatile chain of events. That's all I want to say about it. You need to see it for yourself. The subject matter or plot is indeed disturbing and indeed realistic, and it is a film that makes you angry. There are known actors in the film, though they do a decent job. Like I said, I went in blind and I saw it with family members, and we were like totally in shock. Due to the graphic nature of the film, I do not recommend it for kids. Those are my picks. I hope you enjoyed that, or maybe you didn't, but thank you for watching. This is Real Hype with Rich. I'm your host, Rich. Until next time, be cool, people. Have a great day.